Hi, everyone. Welcome. We're so glad you could join us today. Today, we're going to talk about how to find memories on FamilySearch. I'm Courtney Connolly, a product manager for FamilySearch, and I'm here with my friend and coworker, Dennis. So Dennis, why don't you introduce yourself?
Welcome, everybody. We're so excited to be with you today. Yes, we're going to be talking about memories again, and we're going to be talking about find. And as Courtney said, my name is Dennis. I'm a user experience designer at FamilySearch. So I'm one of the designers that designed this website, and I'm excited to show you how to use this feature.
Awesome. We're excited to see. Why don't you share your screen and show us how to find memories on
Will
FamilySearch?
do. Okay, there we go. Tell me when you see my screen.
Looks good. Yep.
Okay, perfect. So, as I said, not many people know, but we have a find feature in memories. And so just for people that don't know this website that much, the way to get to this page, you go on the navigation and you click memories, and then you hit find. And that's the way that you go and find memories on FamilySearch. Okay. And you get to this page that looks a lot like a search engine, right? It looks a bit like Google search engine, and we have few options here. As you can tell, you can search for text and you can search for topic tags. And we talk a bit more about topic tags on our demo on to enrich photos and audios and stories on FamilySearch. So if you want to know more about topic tags, go ahead and watch that video.
What
But
are they?
say
Quick,
again.
what are topic tags? Just a quick
So
summary.
topic tags, just to give it, you're right, just to give you a little explanation what they are. They are basically a mix between a hashtag and a tag on a memory. So if you are a big organizer of your stuff and you want to organize them by event, by name, by date, or by any other category that you feel like your memory should be organized so that are easier for you to find and for other people to find, that's the way to do it. You use topic tags. And I'm going to be showing examples of topic tags, and we're going to be talking about topic tags a bit more, but I'm not going to show you how to add a topic tag, but you're going to be able to see how to find one.
That's great.
So first of all, I want this is, as I said, is a search engine, and these are some examples of the things that you can search for, and this is search by text. And so I can put anything on it, and I can say, for example, I want to search a photo about a recipe. If I want to do, I don't know, let's see if we have a recipe, and I do search. Now I get to this page where I have all of these recipes that we can find on FamilySearch. So people have uploaded recipes on FamilySearch,
So
and we
good.
have about 6,407 recipes right now, or memories that are marked as recipes. So just to make sure that everybody knows, when you search for text, as it says here, we'll find memories whose titles and description contain the text you entered. And so I search for recipe, and I'm getting all the text or the memories that have a title or a description in them that has the word recipe in it. Okay. And I can refine this by, let's say I put grandma, recipe grandma, and I search. And now it's gonna give me all the recipe all the memories that have the word recipe and grandma in it. Okay, so these are all grandma's recipes that we can find on FamilySearch. As you can tell, there's a ton of them.
Yeah,
Okay.
lots of grandmas are great cooks.
Yeah. And so that's the way that you can find just anything on FamilySearch. And as I said, as long as he has a description and a title, can be found on FamilySearch. And that's one of the reasons why it's so important to add information about those memories, because if they don't have that title or they don't have the description, we cannot really find them.
Yeah.
There is another way, and that's through topic tags. I'm going to be talking about it in a minute. But a lot of the memories, if they don't have a title or description, other people are not going to be able to find them. And the reason why I mentioned that is because you can literally find pictures of relatives of yours that you don't know in this simple way. So you can search for the name of your grandmother, and if someone put a picture up with the name of your grandmother in there, you're going to be able to see a picture of your grandmother that maybe you never saw. And that's a great discovery experience that everybody, I think, should be able to have.
That'd be amazing. Yeah, so important to have good titles, good descriptions. Be descriptive in your
Yeah,
titles.
be the scripture as much as you want, and people are going to be able to find those gem. I mean, having a recipe of someone maybe written in their own handwriting and be able to see their handwriting and see and try it out and kind of connect to your ancestor in that way, I think is a great way of doing family history. I mean, that's family history too, right?
I love that. My grandma's gingerbread cookies were my favorite. She had them all the time growing up. And we have a recipe in her handwriting. We actually have it on FamilySearch. And this fall, when I wanted to make gingerbread cookies, I went to FamilySearch for the recipe because I knew that was there. So I love that. It's such a great idea.
Isn't it so cool? And the cool thing is that now that you had that experience about your recipe of grandma gingerbread cookies, you could upload a picture of you eating those cookies with your family and then writing a story about how you remember that moment and why you chose that. I mean, it's literally being able to connect your grandma with your family in a simple way and for other people to have the same experience.
I love the idea. I'm going to have to do that.
Perfect. I'm glad I could help.
Memories are tied to recipes. What other examples, what other things could you search for?
Literally anything, really. I mean, one big thing that I know we have in here are a picture of war, and so there is a lot of veterans, and World War II is a big hit. There's a lot of people, a lot of picture of World War II. So some people that have been in World War II, they have stories of amazing people that were in war and their experience during this tragic event. So Warren is on a big thing. You can search for I don't know, family photos, and you can see all the photos that have a family photo in it, and so you can see all those families and search for those people. You can search for a person, and for example, if I do, that's my grandma. If I search for my grandma right now, these are pictures of my grandma. That's actually my grandma, and this is my grandma.
Are all these pictures your grandma? No, there's other people too.
No,
right?
there are other people. So I put Camila Bernardis. That means there are other people that are Bernardi or the similar names that we show up. But the top ones are the ones that actually is called Camila Bernardis. And there must not be a ton of them because these are all pictures of my grandma. And actually, the cool thing about this is of these pictures, I think I uploaded one of them.
Really?
Everything else was uploaded. I know by my aunt because when I went on the picture and I looked at it, I saw her name on it, but I didn't see some of those pictures. This is one of the first time when I went on FamilySearch, I looked at this picture. This was one of the first time that I ever saw this picture. Like this picture here, I didn't know about this picture. I never saw it before. And now I went on FamilySearch and searched for my grandma, and I'm gonna be able to see this picture and click on it and see, I know that this was a picture of her in 1925. And this is definitely my grandma. I know that's her because I recognize that face. And then I can add information about this picture if I want to, so that this picture can be more. Or because of it, I can take the opportunity to call my aunt and ask her a story about this picture, and then have her add it, or I can add a story to it, and
Audio.
or an audio, exactly. And that's a cool thing that you can do on FamilySearch that I think creates unity within the family. I mean, gives opportunity to chat, most of all in this period of time where we cannot really see each other. But that's a way of saying to people, okay, you can still connect, and family history is one of the ways to do that.
Definitely. I love that. That is amazing. I love that you found these photos that you hadn't seen before.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, it really is cool. And so adding information about your memories is vital because of this, because somebody else can join, can gain from this information. One of the things that you can do though is, because I mean there are over 4,000 results about Camila Bernardis, right?
wow.
And I might be not interested in all of them. Maybe I want to see only the photos, and so I can filter out the photos and I can do search again. And now I have 2,000 things that I have to deal with. And again, my grandma is up on top, so it's easier for me. But let's say I want to search for stories about Camila Bernardis. Now I have stories about Camila Bernardis, or a Camila in this case. I don't have any story about my grandma. I have to be honest. I realized today I didn't write any story about my grandma. So that's one of the first things I'm gonna be doing.
There you go. There's always
I was doing this exercise and I actually realized that I didn't have any story about my grandma. I'm like, how did I now upload a story about my grandma? That's crazy. And so actually I'm gonna be taking the opportunity today. I'm gonna be call my aunt and ask her to tell me a story, and then I'm gonna upload it so that we have a story about my grandma. But you can search for stories and you can read all of those stories about possibly one of your ancestors that maybe you never heard of. I mean, how cool it is that in some of them are just their life story, but some of them could be funny story. I mean, not personally, but there's a friend of mine that found a super funny story about her relative that she had no clue about, that one of her cousin uploaded. It was a blast. She had such a laugh, and she was so excited about knowing about that story. So that's one of the cool things about this.
I've loved finding stories that other people have added for my family and ancestors. Those are
Yeah.
some of my favorites.
And one thing that people don't know is that there are actually albums that can be searched for. And so sometimes there are people that upload a whole album about a person or about an event. So if I do an album about World War II, for example, that we talked about before, I mean, there are people that uploaded albums about a person in World War II. I mean, this Joseph Bottazzo, World War II, he has a whole album of 106 pictures of him during World War II. I mean, this is an historical thing that it's so cool because people are going to be able to actually learn more about what happened in World War II because of some of the stories, some of those pictures.
Because they may have been in the same group. Their
Yeah.
relatives may have been in that
Yeah.
same.
So how about you find pictures of maybe one of your fellow World War II veterans or something like that. I mean, it's just a way to connect that is super cool.
That is amazing. So I know some people may be wondering, what if you don't want people to be able to search for your memories you've added?
So it is possible. One way of doing it is to mark this memory as private. And there is going to be a demo booth about privacy on memories. I'm not going to go into it because we have a lot to cover still and we don't want to spend too much time on it. But um, just so you know, you can go on a memory and mark it as private, and the memory is never going to be found by anybody or anything.
Okay.
And just to make sure that, just to mention that all these things that can be found on FamilySearch, or this picture that can be found on FamilySearch, can be found on FamilySearch only if you have a FamilySearch account. So if I go on Google and search for someone, none of those pictures are going to come up.
Okay.
Because we care a lot for your privacy. We care a lot about what you give us, your memories that you give us, and we are really, really careful about that. So we can talk about discovery next time, or about privacy next time. But so that you know, if you mark it private, nobody's going to find it.
That's good to know. So go to that other class if you want to know more about that.
Yeah.
What other exciting things do you have to show us?
Okay, so let's go back to the find page, and now let's talk about topic tags. As I said, topic tags is a way to categorize your memories in whatever way you want. And there is a set of topic tags, and those topic tags are site-wise. That means that Any topic tag that you add, it's a topic tag that anybody can find, right? And so that's another way. If you don't have a title and description because for some reason you didn't write a title and description on all of your pictures, but you want a quick way for other people to find those pictures, add a topic tag to it. And that's going to be easier. So let's go back and do recipes again, right? And as you see, if I put recipe, there's about 1,400 pictures or memories, I should say, there are marked with the topic tag recipe.
That's amazing.
And
I love
so,
to see how many there are. Do you know what the most popular topic tags are?
recipe is one of the top one. I think that World War II is another one. There's 1.1K. I don't have the top of my head exactly the top one, but I know that these are some of the, hey, but one of the things that you can do is kind of you play with it, right? Let's search for something. I don't know, if you want to search for family. If you search for family, there's 4,000 family photos. So you know that that's one of the top hit, but there's a lot of family things that people uploaded, right? If I put grandma, there we go. Grandparents, there's 139 memories tagged as grandparents. Now, doesn't mean that if you want to find pictures of grandparents, you're gonna find only 139 because we saw that there's 1,000 of them with the title and description that say grandparent. But for those that like to use topic tags or that don't want to spend the time on putting a title and description, that I discourage, that's another simple way of doing it. So you can go back on your picture. If you forgot to put a title and description, at least put a topic tag so that other people can have that experience.
That's a great idea. And what about like baby photos, dog photos? I know everyone loves those. Do we have topic tags for those?
You can create any topic tag that you want, really. And so if you created a topic tag that has that tag, you can find it.
Awesome.
One of the cool things about this, though, is this little thing that not many people notice.
Oh.
So it says view topic tags applied to close relatives. And so you can go on this page and we look at your close relatives. So basically about, I think that we do 6 generations or maybe 4 or 5 generations, but we go and see who in your generation that you added or not. That can be people in your tree that you didn't add that have a topic tag. And then we tell you which one of, or how many are topic tags you have in your close relatives. So if I click on it, these are the ones that I have. And so, for example, I see that I have 10 family photos. And I know that I uploaded probably only one of them. I know that I added a topic tag of only one of them.
Okay.
And so I didn't upload personally many family photos. I know that my aunt did. And so I'm excited to look at it and see a family photo. And as you can see, I have a search only my close relative checked. So even if you are on this page, and I'll show you later, you can see all of those pictures that are all family photos. And I know I uploaded a couple of them, but for example, I know that I didn't uploaded this picture. In fact, it says when I was 3, and that's my aunt uploading it. And and this is a picture that I never saw.
This is so cute. A beautiful photo.
Yeah. And I know that that's my grandma. I know that's my grandpa. I know that's my father. And I didn't know that this picture even existed. And because someone tagged it as family photo, then I'm actually able to be able to find it.
That is so great. I love that. And
so that's another thing that you can do. So you can search for only my close relative, or you can search for anything. And again, you can do, let's do recipes again, because I think that recipes is such a fun thing. I'm Italian, if I can spell right.
I saw some of your topic tags. Were those in Italian?
Yeah, some of those are in Italian, and part of it is because let's go back to it and I'll show you. Part of it is because I'm Italian. I have family that most of all my aunt does a lot of family history. So, oops, I didn't mean to do that, but I'll show you this too. So if you are on the search text, there is also a way, a simple article that says how to use find feature in memories. Okay. So if you don't know how to use this page, there's a little description of what that engine can do and cannot do. And there are already the articles that you can look at. And so this is a great way of doing that and knowing that. But if you go on topic tags and you go back on view applied to close relatives, you can see that some of them are in English, some of them are in Italian. The one in English probably are mine, but some of them are in Italian. And part of it is because there is family, either because there is family, they already uploaded it. Some of them I uploaded or I added the tag in Italian because I want my Italian family to find it.
Yeah, so you can create topic tags in all of our languages.
In all languages, yes, absolutely. Whatever language you want, and we show them all.
That's so great. Well, I think we are about out of time. I'd love to hear, why did you design this experience? What are you hoping people gain from this experience?
So as I said, memories, I think, are a really great way to make connections and to connect with your family, as well as being able to learn and travel through time, right? You can upload a picture and describe an experience about something that happened 20, 30, 50 years ago, and someone else 20, 30, 50 years in the future, my daughters and my granddaughters, can still relive their experience in the future and travel through time. But the cool thing is, I have stories about my grandma and about my grandpa and my father that my kids never heard. They never did. And unless I put them up 10 years down the line, they're not gonna, or 20 or 30 or 50 years down the line, 100 years down the line, they're not gonna be able to come back to me and ask me, Dad, Grandpa, Grandma, what, can you tell me a story about great grandpa Francesco? They are not gonna be able to do that. But if I write something and then I make it fundable, my granddaughters are gonna be able to know who Grandpa Francesco was and what a great man he was without having to do much research. And some of those stories could be things that are never going to be found, and nobody can know about these great people that we have in our family unless we upload something about them.
It's true. I know my favorite discoveries from my ancestors have been the photos, the stories that I find about them. It makes me have the opportunity to get to know them. They come to life, and I feel like I know them, and I feel like I can gain strength from their examples. So I love this feature, and I'm excited to go find more photos and stories for my family.
Good. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. And I'm hoping that all of you are going to enjoy it and are going to use it. Please use it. Please add information about your ancestor and make this discoverable experience great for everybody.
Yeah. Thanks so much for joining us. Go check it out.
Thank you.
Yeah.